Tommie Lee has never been a stranger to headlines. The reality television personality, best known for her volatile presence on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, has spent years cultivating a public image built as much on confrontation as on entertainment. But the story that surfaced this past week did not originate from a reunion special or an on-camera argument. It came from a courthouse document and a police report tied to one of the most watched sporting events on the planet, the FIFA World Cup 2026, held in Miami. According to verified reporting from CBS News, NBC Miami, and the Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office itself, Tommie Lee, whose legal name is Atasha Chizaah Jefferson, was arrested on Saturday, July 11th, during the England versus Norway quarterfinal match at Hard Rock Stadium. The stadium that night was packed. Attendance figures vary slightly depending on the source, with some outlets citing roughly 60,000 fans and others putting the number closer to 65,000. But there is no dispute that this was one of FIFA's tournament's largest and most closely watched matches to date. England ultimately won the match 2-1, advancing to the semi-finals, a detail several outlets included simply to establish the scale of the night. It's the kind of match that draws not just die-hard soccer fans but casual viewers, celebrities, and tourists, all funneling through the same limited entry points at roughly the same time. The arrest report, obtained by CBS News, referenced across TMZ and Complex, describes a fairly specific sequence of events. Jefferson allegedly entered the stadium through an entrance not authorized for general ticketed access, described in some reports as an east entrance and in others as a southeast gate. Investigators allege she did not have a valid ticket for the match. From there, according to the affidavit, she made her way to the stadium's 100-level seating section, known as premium seating for its proximity to the field. It was there, deputies say, that she was detained. This is not a minor administrative matter. Under Florida law, interference with a sporting or entertainment event is classified as a third-degree felony. Felony charges carry considerably more weight than misdemeanors, both legally and in how seriously the justice system treats the underlying conduct. It's worth noting, for context, that third-degree felony convictions in Florida can, in some circumstances, carry the possibility of years in prison and significant fines, though it remains entirely a lighter. Unclear whether this case will proceed to trial, be resolved through a plea arrangement, or be dismissed. Speculating about sentencing at this point would be premature. It's also unclear whether prosecutors will pursue the charge at its current severity as the case moves forward, since charges are sometimes amended during pretrial proceedings depending on evidence presented by both sides. Following her arrest, Jefferson was transported to the Turner Guilford Night Correctional Center for processing. Multiple outlets confirm she was released the following day, July 12th, after posting a $1,000 bond, a standard part of the process that does not indicate guilt or innocence. Subsequent reporting from
7-Eleven, and I'm at the FIFA game.
Pop Culture and TMZ indicates Jefferson has since entered a formal not guilty plea, meaning the case is now moving toward further proceedings, whether that ends in a trial, a dismissal, or some negotiated resolution. One detail underreported in surface-level coverage is that Jefferson was not the only person arrested that night. According to the sheriff's office, 6 people total were arrested during the match, with an additional 19 attendees ejected. This suggests a broader security operation, not an incident targeting one individual. The sheriff's office characterized the incidents as isolated and quickly handled.
Tuck your tail and hide when you go in and out of jail, but nobody cares because you don't have status. I want y'all to...
That is, their official position, not necessarily the full picture. Whether the other 5, arrested, faced the same felony charge, a lesser charge, or something else, entirely hasn't been detailed and shouldn't be assumed. It's entirely possible some of those arrests involve different circumstances altogether, such as altercations or disorderly conduct, rather than ticketing issues, though nothing in the available reporting confirms this either way. Jefferson's own response has drawn the most public interest. After the Shade Room shared the news on Instagram, reaction was immediate and largely irreverent. Jokes about her legal history, questions about why she'd attend without a ticket, and speculation about ticket prices as a possible motive. This is purely social sentiment, not verified fact, and it reflects public mood more than its seeding, reflects anything confirmed about the case itself. Reaction of this kind tends to accompany almost any celebrity legal story, and its presence here says more about the audience's familiarity with Jefferson's reputation than about the facts at hand. More substantive is her actual statement, posted to her Instagram, where she has over 5.3 million followers. According to the Lagos Review and the Shade Room, she described the situation as a false narrative, claimed she'd been provided an escort inside the stadium, and suggested the arrest stemmed from an officer's ego rather than any wrongdoing. She also asked followers for privacy during this period. This statement should be weighed carefully. It is Jefferson's own account, uncorroborated by any official document, and it directly contradicts the affidavit's claim that she lacked a valid ticket. Until addressed through the court process, this remains a disputed claim. Neither version should be treated as final. Court filings, witness statements, or security footage could eventually clarify things, but none of that is public yet. Some background helps explain the attention this story has drawn. Jefferson rose to prominence through Love and Hip Hop. Atlanta, a franchise centered on personal and professional drama within the Atlanta hip-hop scene. Her on-screen persona has long been defined by confrontation and unpredictability traits that made her compelling television but have followed her off-screen as well. Complex's coverage also connects her to a related spin-off within the franchise, underscoring how her public identity has been shaped almost entirely by this genre of television, where personal drama and professional visibility are often inseparable. For many viewers who grew up watching the franchise, her name has become almost synonymous with unpredictability, which may explain why this incident spread so quickly across entertainment news cycles rather than being treated as a routine local crime report. Her legal history extends beyond this incident. TMZ and the Shade Room confirm she was arrested in 2024 following an altercation at Alive nightclub in Miami Beach, resulting in a battery charge tied to an allegation that she poked a man in the face and threatened him. This has been consistently reported across independent sources, making it verified background rather than speculation. Taken together with the current incident, it establishes a pattern of legal entanglements spanning at least the past 2 years. The outcome of that 2024 case, conviction, plea, or dismissal, isn't detailed here and shouldn't be assumed. This pattern raises questions about professional consequences. Reality television careers often balance visibility against reputation. Controversy can boost relevance short-term, but repeated legal trouble can also affect casting decisions. Brand partnerships. As of this writing, no network, streaming platform, or brand has issued a statement connecting this arrest to Jefferson's professional standing, so any discussion of financial fallout remains speculative. It would be inaccurate to claim there's been a concrete industry response either way beyond general media coverage. Do not always translate into professional fallout in this particular industry, where a degree of notoriety has historically coexisted with continued casting and brand visibility. There's also the operational reality of securing a mega event like the World Cup, managing tens of thousands of attendees, verifying tickets, and monitoring restricted zones in real time is an enormous undertaking involving personnel from multiple agencies working in coordination. 6 arrests and 19 ejections in one match suggest active enforcement, even if questions remain. This isn't unique to Jefferson's case. Large ticketed events regularly see attempted breaches, whether through counterfeit tickets or unauthorized entrances, and no security system is entirely foolproof. Coverage has been extensive. CBS News, NBC, Miami, TMZ, Complex, Pop Culture, and more. Core facts are consistent across outlets. The July 11th arrest, the third-degree felony charge, the $1,000 bond, the release the next day, Where sources diverge is in minor details like the exact entrance used or precise attendance figures, normal variation in fast-moving independent reporting, not grounds to doubt the broader story. Generally, it's the details that stay consistent across outlets, the charge, the date, the bond amount, that carry the most reliability, while smaller discrepancies simply reflect the imperfect nature of breaking news. What remains genuinely uncertain is the central dispute. The official affidavit says she lacked a ticket and used an unauthorized entrance. Her own account says she had an escort and blames an officer's attitude. Both cannot be fully accurate, and no public evidence yet settles which is correct. This is exactly where responsible reporting should acknowledge the gap rather than pick a side based on which version makes for a better story. It's also worth noting what hasn't happened.